Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. I'm excited to share with you today our best-in-class revenue management training and certification program that we in Emirates have developed in partnership with pros. Over the next 20 minutes, I'll walk you through the purpose of this program, the scope, the structure, our journey, and the benefits of the program. We will have time at the end for Q&A, so if you have any questions during the presentation, I appreciate if you can keep it till the end. So let me start with, why do we need to invest in revenue management training and certification program? One, as we all know, knowledge management is complex. It's knowledge intensive. There's always new data sources, new prediction models, new optimization models coming up. Two, the industry is very dynamic. With the continuous changes in capacity and competition, we are now recovering from COVID. Plus, the industry is undergoing a transformation on the commercial front with NDC and offer and order. Three, the industry is directly affected by the global macroeconomics, such as inflation, currency fluctuation, oil prices. So in other terms, it's a VUCA world. Anyone here knows what this VUCA term stands for? Srini? Yeah. It's volatility, uncertainty. I'm not sure. It's volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So to operate in this VUCA world, the importance of having a robust training and upskilling program has never been greater. What drove this big investment was a mandate from our president, Tim Clark, to treat our revenue management training and certification with the same rigor as our pilot training. And this is due to the complexity and the continuous technology advancements in RM. So what sets this program apart is that it has been developed by subject matter experts in revenue management as well as pros professionals. It covers theoretical and non-theoretical, technical and non-technical concepts and practices. And this training is designed for current RM professionals as well as new joiners. The objective of this program is to ensure that our team is up to date with the ever-accelerating tools, apps, best practice, and industry dynamics. It also helps in enriching the team skill set and knowledge to ensure they can excel in their role. And finally, it helps us recognize and appreciate the team's knowledge and expertise. The program is delivered over a progressive learning path, and this is to cater for the different learning curves and experiences. It includes e-learning modules, classroom trainings, on-job application, and an assessment for certification. So the scope of the program, today it's offered in the core functions of revenue management, namely pricing, demand, and inventory. And the program is branded in an Emirati flavor called Tatweeri Programme. Tatweeri means my development in Arabic. And we have 3 levels for each of the functions, starting with OREX. The 3 levels are linked to the national heritage of United Arab Emirates. So the basic level, which is OREX, and then we have Falcon, which is the intermediate level, and Al-Gaf, which is the advanced level. So briefly on each level, OREX, by completing this level, the staff is expected to have gained a good overview of the RO function within the airline and be able to perform the basic requirements of the role with guidance from peers and line manager. By completing the Falcon level, the expectation is the staff will be able to handle their point of sale routes independently and contribute towards maximizing revenue. While ALGAF level is aimed at the staff who are willing to go above and beyond their assigned responsibility. And to complete this level, the staff need to engage with different stakeholders, to develop strategies, to participate in best practice, to stimulate and improve business ideas, and impart training. So each of the levels consists of in-depth courses, a defined period to apply their learnings on the job, and some self-check quizzes to prepare them for the final assessment. And the training itself is focused on the core tasks for each of the streams, and it covers the important concepts, the technical knowledge, non-technical knowledge, best practice, real-life use cases, as well as macroeconomics elements. So before I move on, I would like to share with you a video that we have put together to communicate the program to the team.
At Emirates, the revenue optimization team plays a pivotal role in achieving our company's network revenue. Every day, we receive over 1 billion shopping requests for more than 20,000 city pairs. Our actions and decisions optimize the capacity on our flights and impact millions of bookings and prices up to a year in advance. To do this successfully, we analyze a large volume of data by harnessing the latest technologies, developing new tools, optimizing our workflows, and offering training opportunities to upskill our staff. Now, you can take your expertise to the next level. Together with pros, we've created the industry's first certification for revenue optimization professionals. The Emirates Pros Tatweeri Programme is a fantastic opportunity for you to hone your skills, receive recognition, and together we can empower ourselves as a team. There are 3 certification levels, named to reflect the heritage of the UAE: Oryx, Falcon, ALGAF. Advance through each level by completing classes and online courses and apply the knowledge to your role. Invest in your learning and embark on your journey today.
I hope you enjoyed the video, and now I'll jump into more details about the program. So as I mentioned earlier, this program is designed for new joiners, for existing staff, as well as rotated staff. And we have a learning path, a progressive learning path for each of the categories. So what you see here is the new joiners track. It starts with 1 week of induction, followed by 2 to 3 weeks of in-depth training courses, and a period of 6 months for the staff to apply their learnings on the job before they sit for the assessment and certification. Once the staff complete this level, they receive a certificate as a fulfillment of the completion of this level. And they can sign up for the next level whenever they are ready. For Al-Falcon and Al-Gaf, the intermediate and advanced levels, it's almost the same approach. However, the on-job application stretches to 1 year long. And as the staff progress through the levels, the focus itself becomes more on the stakeholders' engagement, on the best practices, learning more about the real-life case studies. It becomes more interactive and hands-on and in person. So a lot of effort has been put by SMEs, our subject matter experts from Emirates and pros, to provide the ideal structure of this program. To understand the magnitude of this whole exercise, 250 training hours of content were developed across 130 topics by the team. And this meant an investment of 4,000 to 5,000 hours just to produce this work. So if you look at the demand stream, we have 19 modules across the 3 levels, broken down into 53 topics, delivered over 80 training hours, out of which 47% is online. We chose the theoretical topics and concepts, and we made sure we digitized them to save the time and to cater for the different learning curves. And we kept the classroom training mainly for the topics that required discussions, again, the real-world case studies, the best practice topics, workshops, and hands-on exercises. So now we have covered an overview on the program, the scope, the structure, and now I would like to give you a glimpse on our journey. So this program started in March 18. We started with having in-person workshops with pros team here in Houston as well in Dubai, and we always followed up with online meetings. And the objective there was to define the scope, the guiding principles, our roadmap. And what really helped during this phase is we had nomination of training champions from the business themselves, from the pricing, the demand, and the inventory stream. And they helped us validate the structure of the program, and they later on signed on the content. So in the preparation phase, the focus was to review the available training material, to update them, and to create new training material, to create an assessment bank. And we also had the chance to engage with our internal L&T team to work on the online courses, to create a platform for registration, and a learning path for the participants to track their progress, and to create a platform for assessment and evaluation. Finally, we launched the program in November 21 with a pilot batch, just to make sure we get everything right. We collected lots of feedback, and from there, the program took off. We're continuously updating our training material until today, and we're creating new ones to match the latest development. So today we have 100+ participants who successfully achieved the RX certification, and we have 20+ undertaking the Falcon level. Apart from this very strong positive feedback that we have received from the participants, from the line managers, from the management team, we had also received several requests from the other areas within the RO department, from the revenue optimization department, from the commercial organization, as well as the cargo revenue management division, to extend this program to them. So to cater for this need, we are currently exploring creating a light version of this program that can be delivered to other non-core teams to enrich their knowledge in revenue management. And we're also exploring using gamification and generative AI to further enhance our training offering. So before I wrap up, I would like to share with you a few snippets from our program platform. So what you see here is the learning path, and the participant can track their progress and what steps they need to complete for them to sit for the certification. We do ask for feedback almost after each training course, just to try to find if there's any training gaps that needs to be addressed. We have a program catalog for the participants to review if they would like to review any of the training material at any point. And after we have a group of participants completing the certification, we do put an in-depth feedback report to the management team to highlight where are the development areas that needs to be addressed and some ideas for action items to be taken forward. And we finally celebrate the participants' achievement by having a small graduation ceremony. So I'm personally very proud of this program and what we have achieved so far. I see it as a fantastic opportunity for the staff to certify their knowledge, their expertise, and their skill set by two world-recognized brands in their domain, Emirates and Pros. It's an opportunity to stay up to date with the latest best practices, tools, and trends in revenue management. It also helps them elevate their professional profile and open new opportunities for them. And for us, we can see that it helped increase the productivity, the efficiency, and the engagement with the staff. It also helped us identify the development areas and create action items to address them. And finally, I just want to say that just by having a good training program in place is not good enough. and we need to invest in other areas to keep the momentum, to push forward the flywheel, to drive a high-performance team, and eventually make a strong impact. Training and certification is just one piece of the puzzle. And in Emirates, we focus a lot on developing and evolving our best practices. We try to use AI and ML in developing new tools for the team to monitor their markets and their performance. We strongly encourage communication and collaboration between the teams. And we run a cross-functional rotation program between the 3 core functions to make sure there is a continuous development culture within. And same thing was mentioned by Jim Collins in the opening session of Outperform in 2018. And he's the author of Good to Great book. He mentions that big things happen because you do a bunch of little things supremely well that compound over time. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Oh, thank you. What was the role of your champions in the training material, in building the training material?
So we actually contributed in developing the training material. When we started, we had some training material in place, but they needed to be updated. So some of them pitched in and helped us update it. And we had our subject matter experts, like within my team, I have subject matter experts who'd create new material, and we pass them on to the training champions to sign off on them, to make sure they are complete and signed off on them. Does this answer your question?
It does, and it was a great presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wanted to have a little question around how the training program connects to the career progression along the company to keep people engaged and actually consider the idea of looping around multiple of the roles within RM.
So actually, before starting this program, we had received lots of feedback that there's no career progression. We don't have a development path, a clear development path defined to us. Now, with having this one in place, the staff is looking forward for getting certified, but for the basic level first, the Oryx level, the Falcon level. There is a moment of being proud of this achievement. So it has created this engagement and looking forward. They are always asking, okay, when is the next round going to be open? I want to sign up for the next round. So it created this engagement and feel of belonging kind of environment. And the cross-functional rotation program has helped a lot to make sure once you rotate to another role, you understand why the other person was asking for this data, or why do we need to continuously share the updates with the other teams as it helps them to perform their role. Does this answer your question? Yeah, okay.
I would like to ask one question about what about the experienced employees? Because I've seen that lots of people already achieved the first level, some achieved the second level. Yeah. So I guess the experienced employees did not participate in the certification.
No, in fact, everyone participated in this program, the experienced as well as the new joiners. And in fact, we have received even very good feedback from the experienced participants because they have actually learned few topics that they were not aware of, even though they have been performing the role for 10 years. And because they have just been doing the same thing every single day, they were not aware of, maybe new best practices, new tools in place, and so on. So it really was an eye-opener for them, and this is the feedback we received.
So all the employees started with the first level?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because it's structured, it's assessment, and it's certification, it's important that every single staff goes through it. And, we want them to post it on LinkedIn, on social media, whatever, be proud of their certification. So all of that helps feed.
It's not just limited to if inventory analyst is taking this test, it's not just limited to the inventory part. They have a small portion of groups integrated into it, then REST services and reservation systems. So all the areas that connect to an inventory analyst. So all those areas, introduction, kind of basics is provided during the ORIX program.
I just want to add also, even though it was designed for the analysts, the managers even signed up and participated in the program. They really were interested in going through the experience.
So following up on Lucio's question, we know that the industry has a bit of a challenge with retention in the RM department. Have you seen any I mean, I know you don't necessarily talk to all of the airlines. Do you know if you have a better retention rate and better success at that because of the fact that you have the program?
Yes, we do. And actually, our department became like a I don't know what's the exact word to say, but like a place for training and growing. And other departments are not or trying to poach staff from our department to theirs. So they are always moving from ours to going to cargo revenue management or commercial portfolio. So, yeah.
I have a question. So first of all, great presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When we launched this program, I know in Dubai, we attended the session, and you talked about how the certification was going to be part of the HR system record for the employee.
That's right.
So did it happen? What is the result of that? What are the learnings from that?
So we have our standard learning courses that are developed by our L&C department, already part of the My Learning Zone. So whenever you sign up for a course, it gets registered in the HR system that you have taken this course. So for this program, we have made sure that it also reflects in their HR system. So once you complete one level, it gets registered, and if let's say you are applying for a new role in a different department or within, it reflects in your profile. So that also helped.
I wanted to go next. So wanted to ask you a little bit, what's the blend between system-specific content and actual Emirates business process content in terms of the program, just to understand how much investment is coming from you and how much investment is coming from pros?
Well, it's different by level. So as I mentioned, there are 3 levels, the basic, the intermediate, and the advanced. It's different by level. So the basic, it's more technical because they need to learn how the system works, understand, to be able to use the system. And as they move, as they advances through the levels, it flips, and it's more on stakeholders engagement, learning what are the best practices, what is happening in the industry, and so on. So I would say maybe it starts with 70-30, 70 technical, 30 non-technical, and as we move on, it flips the other side.
Thank you for the presentation. So I have 2 questions, and first one being, did you experience any challenges about the analysts doing the training and also have to manage their day-to-day? Because I see that you have a defined duration for training. Yeah. So is it self-paced, or they have to finish in that time period? No, the investment is really in the 2-3 weeks of the in-depth courses that they really... I can do it. So the investment is really during the training itself, the courses that they need to attend. But apart from that, the on-job application period, they are doing the role anyways, right? But they are learning on the role. So let's say if it's a new joiner, and for the first 6 months he's supposed to go back to their peers and to the line managers to ask for guidance. So again, they are just performing the role as, if this program was not there, as they will be performing the same exact thing. But this here has developed or has created a foundation of, what information do they need to know before starting. And also we made sure that, let's say for pricing, they don't file fares before they complete the basic level. So we have put some, guiding principles to make sure they have got the learning before they really start actioning important tasks in their role.
Thank you. Maybe a follow-up on that. So for the more experienced employees, because as you said, they know the basics already. So how do you demonstrate the benefits that they're gonna get from the training, and also how do you measure like the increase in increased efficiency?
Yeah. So for the experienced stuff, as I mentioned earlier, some of the feedback that we received is this was an eye-opener, and we have learned a lot. We have learned about new topics and new best practices that we were not aware of. So that helped this way. Sorry, what was the second half of the question? Oh, measuring the benefits. So there's no like one scientific way of measuring the effectiveness of training, but what I can say is we are seeing less errors. So touch wood. We have, of course, put our lots of quality control tools in place, but at the same time, we can see that the analyst is now more, like up to date with all the tools in place, and they actually also created this staff engagement environment that there's no one is like shy to ask, or like if there's anything that's not clear, they will reach out either to the training team or the line managers. Before it was like, I know what I'm doing, and I have been doing this role for 10, 15 years. You're not gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do, right? But this has changed kind of the culture, and people are now like reaching out saying, oh, I don't know about this, can you please explain? Or if I want to learn about this area more, do you have an online course that I can attend, or can I attend the next classroom training? So it has created this continuous development culture. No, so what we do actually, the challenge is that we hire 1 or 2 staff at a time. And this takes a lot of time from the trainers, like their time, they invest lots of time to deliver the training, right? So what we try to do is in the first 2-3 weeks of any staff who joins, we provide them the induction, and we ask them to attend the online courses, and we actually cover the important aspects of the training program, but we don't call it the official training program until we have a sufficient number to run the full batch. So unless we have 7, 8 staff, we don't formally run the program. But we do give them the necessary information for them just to get started. Any more questions? Sure. Yeah. During the hiring process? No, the hiring process is done by the line managers, and the training team is at the receiving end once the decision is made on the new recruit. Then we get the information that this person will be joining on that date, and he will be joining this role. And we take it forward from there. Yeah. Yes.
Feedback from managers. I guess how do you get managers to onboard that feedback and participate in the development process of their employees?
So post the assessment, we review all the topics that were given as part of the assessment, and we identify which areas require further development. And then we identify action items to address these areas. Some of the action items could be that they need to be exposed to different markets apart from what they are managing today. And some could be like they require more further training or further hands-on application of this topic. So it depends, each development area requires different action. So we give this feedback to the line manager, and we together work on the action plan. So it's not only from their end or our end, we together work on it, and we review it maybe quarterly just to make sure that the action plan has been implemented. And then if someone is not successful, We give them chances to take the assessment 1 and 2 times. It's not like, we don't want to scare people, because also it was one factor when we started the program is like, oh, I don't want to be assessed. I've been doing this role for 10, 15 years. What if I don't make it, right? So we wanted to try to avoid this fear factor. We said it's fine. This is confidential. If you don't make it, we'll give you another chance. We'll give you, again, a chance to go through training. So yeah, we try to make sure the change management aspect is taken care of. Basic. Yeah, so each level has its own courses, and it starts with like bare minimum information they need to learn in the basic level, and then it's more advanced as they go to the next level, right? And if you're ready, no, if you're ready and we have already formed a batch that is going to start, let's say, tomorrow, and if you're ready and you want to sign up, you're more than welcome to sign up. If you want longer period, if you want to take a break of a month or 2, it's up to you, no pressure. But we strongly encourage everyone to, once they complete one level, to sign up for the next one. Yes, it's the employee decision. Yes, exactly, yes. Yeah, all right. Okay, thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.